Emily here. I'm about to prep a Ninja Creami. I'm going to make this a strawberry cheesecake flavor. I think that'll be a really good ice cream tomorrow. I'm using 4 ingredients today. My first one is an Atkins strawberry. It's a pre-made protein shake. So all I have to do is open it and pour it in. And this has 2 carbs in this whole 11-ounce container, and it's got 15 grams of protein. I'm also going to be adding some more protein with cottage cheese, and the cottage cheese is going to make this taste like cheesecake. I love using cottage cheese in my creamies. I think it adds such a good texture and a good creaminess. I'm going to put about 1.5 tablespoons. My third ingredient is sugar-free, fat-free, cheesecake flavored Jell-O pudding. Just the mix, and I'm going to put about 1/2 tablespoon. I found that the pudding mix helps with the taste, helps with the texture, and just all around makes a really good ice cream. To give our ice cream more of a strawberry flavor, I'm going to add some freeze-dried strawberries. I've done this using frozen strawberries, fresh strawberries. You can use whatever you have. But these freeze-dried strawberries pack a lot of flavor. I'm going to blend this up. That's what it looks like after blending it for a few seconds. You can see the strawberry flecks in there now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If there are still a few chunks, that's fine. This is all ready to go in the freezer. So I'll catch you back here tomorrow and we'll make this into ice cream. Hi guys, it's Emily back for part 2 of the strawberry cheesecake creamy. Yesterday we prepped our pint by adding 1 strawberry Atkins shake. It was a pre-made shake. 1.5 tablespoons cottage cheese, freeze-dried strawberries, and about 1/2 tablespoon of sugar-free cheesecake pudding mix. And then we blended it with a stick blender and froze it for 24 hours. You can see there's a little bit of a bump even though we froze it without the lid. That's okay, that's an easy fix. I'm going to add to this before we spin it in our Ninja Creami. I'm going to add a little bit of this super creamer, and it's sweet cream. And this will give it just enough moisture that it won't be super powdery, and we don't need to do a lot of respins. Plus, I think this will taste really good with our cheesecake flavors. So I'll probably add just 1 tablespoon. And since we do have that little bump, I'm just going to take a fork and just kind of smooth that down. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat, but it does help if there's no big bumps. So I'm going to put the blade in the lid and then put it on. And then I'm going to use the Lite Ice Cream setting because I did use a protein shake. Okay, let's see what we have after our first spin. Looks great, doesn't it? It will need another respin, but it's looking pretty creamy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little scraper tool and just go down the edges, because I don't like it when there's ice on the sides. And this does a really good job of getting all the way down there, or almost all the way around. Okay. All the edges are scraped. I'll put the lid back on. And this time, we will do a respin. Our respin is done, so we will unlock it. That's okay if it gets a little bit of ice cream at the top. I just wipe that off. And then at the end, you'll want to get a wet rag and just clean off the post that comes down that this screws into. Look how nice and creamy that's getting. Okay, we could do one more respin, but I think that's going to be really good. After we add our mix-ins, this is going to be the perfect creamy consistency. I've diced up 3 strawberries. I thought this would be a nice fresh touch to the strawberry cheesecake creamy. So I'm going to add the fresh strawberries down the little hole. A cheesecake isn't complete without a crust. And to get a keto-friendly version of a graham cracker crust, I'm going to use this Catalina Crunch. This is honey graham flavored. I love that these are just little squares, so you don't even have to chop these up or crush them up. They're perfect for this. So I'm going to take a handful, that might be just over a tablespoon. And it doesn't have to be all covered and it doesn't have to be flat. That's fine. And then put the lid back on. Now this time, I'm going to use the mix-in setting. The mix-in process has finished. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, that looks so good. So this is the finished product. Look at the little pieces of graham cracker and the strawberries. Even though this looks so scrumptious already, I think I'm going to put a few more strawberries on top and then a few pieces of that cereal, the honey graham cereal. Ooh, that looks so good. Now it's time to taste the creamy. Mmm. Mmm. This is so good. These kind of taste like an ice cream cone. These little pieces of the honey graham cereal. It's so good with the strawberries. And then I can taste that hint of cheesecake. This has so much protein in it. We've got the protein from the shake, the protein from the cottage cheese with hardly any sugar. This is a really good, healthy treat. I love the mix-ins. It just adds so much crunch, texture, taste. The ice cream is good on its own, but with the mix-ins, it's as good as regular ice cream. I hope you make this strawberry cheesecake creamy and think it's as good as I do, because this is a winner. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.